Hello, welcome to today's immigration tidbit. Do you have your green card? Do you think you're totally safe from immigration and there's no problem? And are you just partying it up and doing whatever you want to do? Probably not a good idea. The Immigration and Nationality Act applies to you. Okay, lots of different provisions there apply to you. You are subject, if you are inside the United States and have your green card, to being removable from the United States for a whole plethora of reasons and being deportable depending on what it is you might have done. So if you're going to commit crimes, not that I'm advocating you do, but if you're going to commit crimes, you ought to be a U.S. citizen, because then you just have to deal with the criminal courts, and once that's done, it's done. There's a lot of people who think that, you know, doing the time, committing the crime, and getting out on probation, and then being thrown into immigration court is double jeopardy, that you're being prosecuted twice for the same crime, and that's not true. You are falling under the provisions of the Immigration and Nationality Act, and your green card can be taken away from you. You could be deported, depending what crime you might have committed. You might be deported for 10 years, for 20 years, or for life. Okay? You might have all kinds of problems in regards to your lawful permanent residency if you do commit crimes. And it's not just crimes, there's lots of things that make one inadmissible to the United States after they have a green card, including things like misrepresentation, fraud, things where you admit to the use or to the elements of a crime, even if you don't have a conviction. So, the bottom line is, of course, you don't want to commit crimes. But the other key here is that the moment you qualify to become a U.S. citizen, you should apply. Okay? You should definitely apply to be a U.S. citizen. And there's a lot of people that decide they don't want to because of different reasons, tax reasons, because they don't want to give up their citizenship, because they don't think that the U.S. recognizes dual citizenship, which technically it doesn't, but it doesn't take away the right of your country to recognize it if it does. But you should most definitely contact a tax attorney and any other attorney you need, apart from immigration, to see if there's any reasons that you should not become a U.S. citizen. Because once you become a U.S. citizen, then anything you might do or any laws that might change are much more specifically not going to apply once you're a U.S. citizen. Of course, there are provisions in the Immigration and Nationality Act for citizenship, such as when one can become a citizen, exceptions to the 5-year rule, the 3-year rules, naturalization, derivative citizenship, things like that, denaturalization proceedings. But all in all, you are much safer from immigration once you're a U.S. citizen. So unless you have some coherent, cogent reason not to become a U.S. citizen, you should do that right away. If you're in the midst of a criminal act and you're going to plead guilty, you absolutely, positively should get advice of an immigration attorney if you have lawful permanent residency, because you may be pleading to something that'll get your green card taken away from you and get you deported. Okay?